Hi, good morning, grade 5. So, this is going to be our block 27, lesson 4. Now, grade 5, I want you to imagine that you wake up in the morning and then you find out that you can turn yourself into a bird whenever you wish. Now, if you are a bird, what are the things that you might be able to do? And also, what are the things that you might don't like? Okay, being a bird, you will be able to fly, right? And maybe the things that you might not enjoy about being a bird is when you are searching for food. So, children, I want you to know our aim is that today we will think about the events from a science fiction story that may or may not happen in the future. So we've got here a paper, and let me write here in the story. It's people lived in water. Okay. People live in water. You know, children, I think people will not live in water because humans cannot breathe in water. Right? So it's in the story. This is actually based on the story that we have read in the seascape, right? You still remember? So the statement, I think we cannot breathe in water. So I'll just gonna write here, we cannot breathe in water. Okay. So people live in water. I think we cannot live in water because obviously there is no oxygen in water. Okay. So, on that, in the story The Seascape, people lived in water. So there is also this reasons, there is also this thinking that we cannot breathe in, which is really true. Because imagine yourself, you'll be living in water, you're not a fish, so you really cannot breathe in the water. And there is also a reason why, because there is no oxygen in the water. Now, I want you to choose 3 key events from the story Friends at the Seascape that are not possible today. So again, let me check the page, just a moment. So I guess that is page 92, something like that. So you may just check those story. We're on block 27 already, lesson 4. So once again, you are going to choose 3 events from the story that are not possible today. And also, you need to think those events that will definitely happen or might happen in the future. So perhaps we can place it in this column. And you also have to give reasons for the same. So for example, I got here, people live in water. So if it might happen in the future, you're gonna put it here. You have to think what will happen in the future. And then you have to give your reasons to here. So you are going to write your answers in your notebook. Maybe you can simply copy this table here in the story: future, I think, and because as well. Once again, three things in the story that is not possible today. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some time. All right, so I hope you were able to write three things in the story that is not happening today. So I am just going to give one example of that. So one thing that we have found probably here is that when people talk to dolphins, right? So it's in the story. So people talk to dolphins. So we might understand the language of animals there. So this is what we think. So when we were able to talk to dolphins, we might understand the language. Might understand the language of animals and fish. Okay. And what do you think is the reason? So there'll be, how are we going to talk to them? So people talk to dolphins, that is in the story. So I think we might understand the language of animals when we were able to talk to dolphins. So there should be a reason. So perhaps there will be, how can it be possible that we were able to understand though? So there will be a devices to decode their language. Okay. So, how can we also know if the future shown by a science fiction would be possible? So, we're talking on here now. We can predict the possibility of events in science fiction by using our knowledge of scientific principles and discoveries. For example, if a story tells us about a cell phone that reads a human mind, we can study the developments in science to know the possibility. Based on that, we can say that some devices might be able to read our minds in the future. Imagine 100 years ago, there was a story about the internet connecting people across the world. That story was a science fiction then. So, and right now it is happening. I mean, 100 years ago, when people are talking about internet that connects people, those time it was just like a science fiction, same thing as what we are thinking of these things right now. And then right now we do have the internet, so it's really happening right now that we do have the internet connection that connects people across the world. What are some more scientific elements that you would like to add to the story Friends at the Seascape? Once again, what are some more scientific elements that you would like to add to the story Friends at the Seascape? I will show that more people start living underwater. However, sea animals have developed special abilities and also invented some devices to stop human beings from invading their territories. So probably I can add that one. It's up to you on what other things that you might want to do with your science fiction story. So if you have some questions or clarifications so far with the lesson, you can simply message me. Thank you, grade 5, for watching.